Storeys is located on Surflen Street, which is just near Victoria Square. Great short distance to Googer Street, short distance to your office, anywhere in the CBD, but enough out of the noisy streets to have a nice quiet evening and a quiet lifestyle with the great city benefits. The Storeys is about bringing the best parts of the suburbs into the city, into your apartment. It's the first development in Adelaide where every apartment offers proper cross ventilation. There'll be a private street leading through the development which leads to people's lifts and their front doors. There are no internal corridors. It's open air, it's fresh air, it's feeling the streets and the footpaths as you would in the suburbs.
When you have a look at Adelaide as a livable city, it's named as one of the 5 best livable cities in the world. The reality is that its geographical position and where it was placed by Colonel William Light was absolutely no mistake. Between the Adelaide foothills and the sea, centrally located between both, and it's got one of the best climates in the world in basically a Mediterranean climate.
I've been living in the city for 3 years and I love it. I think since moving in the city from the burbs, I don't think I would move anywhere else.
You're at Chianti Classical, we're in Hutt Street and have been here in the city now at this location for 12 years. At the same time, we actually moved into the city and are living in this part of Hutt Street, and it's a really beautiful part of the world.
We've lived in the city for almost 3 years now and have, I think, first and foremost found the convenience factor to be one of the great benefits of living so close to the heart of things. And I think secondly also the lifestyle. There's plenty going on in the city and there's always something to do.
Adelaide's really lucky. We've got so many small bars just around the corner, but we've also got some great pubs. We are the city of pubs. Whether it be the Rob Roy or the Cooper's Ale House or the Astor Hotel, there's always a great pub nearby. I can step out my door and I'm at some of the best coffee shops or restaurants in Adelaide. I hardly ever leave the square mile now. It's quite ridiculous. I have to bring my friends in to come and see me because I just refuse to leave. So.
Friday nights and weekends and so forth in the city, there are restaurants, wine bars, cafes, great places to meet friends. You're a bit spoilt for choice actually. So we have always got something to do on the weekend after work and we usually walk there.
Within a few minutes walk from here, there's Panacea or Greek on Halifax, which are great places for tapas and a glass of wine on a Sunday. Again, 5 minutes down the street, Paddy's Lantern or Chibo make great coffee. And it's just, there's such a buzz and an atmosphere that you just want to be part of and you want to be going out all the time and experiencing the city.
Weekends, I look forward to the markets if they set up, especially Giller Street, which is not far. Look out for bookstores as well. I love the library and the museums and the galleries.
With all the different cuisines that are now in Hutt Street, it just brings in such a broad spectrum of people. The residents are the lucky ones because they're in walking distance to anything that they may care to have. And it's like a little community because a lot of the business has been here long term. Everybody knows everybody. So you'll be walking, down the street and you'll probably know half the people that you bump into, which is quite cute.
With more and more folks choosing to live in the city, there's this growing sense of community which is evolving. And that's all about just local residents getting together to do stuff on a social level, but also people connecting with their local cafes and restaurants and so forth. And you really notice that here, that people get to know each other. It's a great friendly place to live, and that's probably an added bonus that we didn't expect when we first moved in.
We can go around the corner and be at our local pizza shop and know the pizza bar owner and stay all night and have fun. Or we can catch a tram down to the bay and go to the beach and go for a walk as a couple, and that's 20 minutes away. That's really convenient.
We've just found that this part of the world is accessible to everything. So wherever you're travelling to, it doesn't take very long. We were living in the eastern suburbs before and we thought that was pretty close, but the city, any direction is easy.
When you have a look at the attributes of Adelaide, it's a city. It's got all of the cultural centre, the political centre, the education centre, the retail centre, and the livable part of Adelaide in 1 square mile. So in 1 square mile, which no other city in the world has got, you've got all of the fundamentals that you want within a city, and you've got a very trafficable city as well, where you're not subject to congestion.
From a retail perspective, the city's got absolutely everything you need. There's new developments on Rundle Mall, like Rundle Place, for example. Rundle Mall itself is currently being redeveloped, and it's just going to be absolutely fabulous when it's finished.
And there are so many little boutiques dotted around Rundle Street and that sort of area. So it's really cool to be able to just kind of walk over and walk back on a weekend.
I enjoy the fact that I can shop and bring my bags back home and then go back out again, so that's a real plus for me.
Even though we're a restaurant, we're always walking down to our local IGA to pick up all our bits and pieces that we need on the weekend, and that's what the community's all about. Everything's close.
My partner and I shop in the Central Market. Every Saturday morning we walk there with our trolley and fill up our trolley full of fresh produce and local produce from South Australia. It's really convenient.
It's quick and easy for me, even though I could go to the IGAs. It's better for me to go into the market. You build a bit of a relationship there.
Parklands are terrific. One, they're very close, but secondly, we use them for jogging, we use them for cycling.
Tennis.
We get friends together and have a picnic.
Yeah. I normally spend a couple of nights a week, just again 5 minutes from my door, stepping out into the parklands, going for a run, and I love it. I see people playing footy or walking their dogs, and you feel like you're in the suburbs, but you're still in the hub of it all.
Living and working in the city is great. From a convenience factor, I walk to work, I walk home from work. We do a lot more walking than we would otherwise. So health-wise, it's terrific, and it's a 7 to 10 minute walk to work, which is brilliant.
I work on North Surrey as well, walking to work as well. If I get lazy though, I can just jump on a tram, which is 3 stops. Sometimes I do a stop off to go to the markets before I go in, so it's pretty flexible that way. You know, and I hate the idea of sitting in traffic, so it's really good to just be able to walk through the streets.
The lifestyle at the Storeys will be very unique. The Storeys has all the suburban attributes, the cross ventilation, the backyard, the front fence, so you're not giving any of that up. But what you bring into your life is the convenience of lots of restaurants close by any night you choose. The convenience of maybe walking to work, the convenience of perhaps walking to your bus and catching that bus to wherever you might work in the suburbs. It's a lifestyle where you don't have to be as reliant on your car, but certainly you can have your car because there's somewhere to park it. So the Storeys offers you the best of the city, and it offers you the best of the suburbs.